This is a made-to-measure t-shirt from Tailor, and I got 3 of them, made of different materials, and in this video we are going to see which one is the best. Well, we are going to see if they are worth it or not over time, and how it was my experience, because I've been wearing them for about 2 years now. Because as I always say, we can only see if something is worth it or not over time, and this is exactly what we are going to see in this video, and most importantly, if it makes sense or not to have a made-to-measure t-shirt. Tailor started years ago making only t-shirts, made-to-measure t-shirts, but only cotton t-shirts. Nowadays they offer a lot of different materials, different weights even for cotton, only Supima cotton, but also Tencel, also merino wool, and even you can order your made-to-measure polos, made-to-measure knitwear, and even shirts. But I think they are not specialized on shirts, unless I think there are better options for shirts, for made-to-measure shirts in the market, like proper cloth. But for knitwear or for t-shirts, I think they are specialized on that. So I think that could be a great option if you are looking for something that is made for yourself. By the way, it doesn't have the label here because it's quite annoying to have a label that is touching your skin all the time. That's why I just cut it with scissors, but it was a bit difficult. For example, Sunspell or Jones Medley, they are only making just few stitches for the labels, or even Loro Piana, you know, they are also make polyester labels around the neck area, but they are easier to cut than this one. I got a merino wool t-shirt, made to measure as well. Obviously everything that this company is making is made to measure, just to be clear about that. A Tencel t-shirt and a Supima 200 grams. It's not super heavy, it's not crazy heavy, but it's just a bit more. That means that should be a bit more resistant. When you're going to place the order, you have different options. Well, they offer different options to take the measures. The best one, at least they say that is the best one, the one that they recommend, that's the one that I don't recommend, is just answering their questions, and then their algorithm is going to calculate, you know, their system, their data is going to calculate your measures according to their data. But from my own experience, just answering that is not enough, at least depending on what you are looking for, but it's not enough for myself. It's never going to be 100% accurate. I know it, I'm not looking for something 100%, but at least something close, because we are talking about a t-shirt. We are not talking about like something that needs to be like a perfect bespoke suit. I mean, if it's just a bit baggy around the waist, I mean, just a bit, it's not a big deal. But if you want something that is great fitted for you, then I recommend to measure yourself, or get someone to help you to measure yourself. Or if you want, even you can answer that kind of questions and then check the measures that they are going to offer. Then maybe you can change a bit. If not, I can also recommend measure one of your t-shirts, one of your favorite t-shirts. I think this is the safest option, especially if you don't have someone that can help you to measure yourself and do it properly, because someone, you know, when you're going to measure the chest, maybe it's not going to be straight, the measure tape and these kind of things, you can make a mistake about that. At least I think it's the best option, just to measure one of the t-shirts that you like, who's the fit, and just change a bit of the things, a bit of the measures that you want to change. Like for example, if you just want the length a bit shorter or the waist a bit just more narrow, just estimate yourself. This is what I did. 3 different t-shirts, 3 with the same measures, but the result is 3 different t-shirts with 3 different measures. And I knew that with different materials we can expect just a bit of differences between the fits. But in this case, just start with the first one, the cotton t-shirt made of Supima cotton, 200 grams. They say that after the first wash it's going to shrink, and it did that quite a lot. I mean, like 1 centimeter just after the first wash, so that was a bit annoying, especially if you're looking for something. Well, they say that they estimate this and they even let you know about that, even though the fit was quite good with the cotton t-shirt. I mean, it's not perfect. I was expecting the sleeves a bit just more narrow, a bit more fitted, also for the waist a bit more fitted, and the neckline a bit more close, a bit more fitted as well. About the quality over time is quite okay. There's just one thing that I don't like, is about the neckline here. They have like a stitched line here around the neck, and this neckline here is not stitched to the fabric of the t-shirt. I mean, it's worse than something that is completely stitched to the fabric of the t-shirt. And also this material is losing its shape over time. If it's open, then visually it's not going to look as nice as when it's a bit more close. I don't mean that it needs to be really close like this one, for example. It could be a bit more open, but visually it's nicer when it's more closer to your natural neck, because if not, you're going to have a gap there that is not going to look nice. And that is what it just happened with the Tencel T-shirt. It's a semi-synthetic fiber that is coming from the eucalyptus tree. With an industrial process is going to become this kind of semi-synthetic, nice, soft fabric. But you know, the main problem with this, after a few washes, it was getting bigger and bigger. Check how it is now. This neckline is really loose. Well, I cannot even tell that this is a neckline. Everything is really loose. This is terrible quality, especially for the neck. It doesn't hold anything. It is terrible. I cannot recommend actually any Tencel or bamboo or lyocell. They call a lot of this kind of fibers, semi-synthetic fibers, are terrible quality. I also tried a different t-shirt from another company. It wasn't made to measure, it was just ready to wear, made of bamboo, and it was terrible quality, bigger over time. They are going to have always the same problem. They are going to be bigger over time. So trust me, don't even try them. They are not worth it at all. When they are in contact with water, the fiber that they have is always going to happen the same. It's going to be bigger and bigger over time. Terrible quality of all of them. But the experience is different with merino wool. Merino wool is a natural fabric, it's really breathable, it's something that it feels so nice and soft. The feeling is different from Supima or from Tencel. It's a different feeling, but it's really pleasant to wear that, and especially because it's really breathable. And in this case, the fabric that they are using, son of a Tailor, is using a really thin fabric that is great for spring, summer, because wool, it doesn't absorb odors and also it doesn't get wet. And this merino is great quality because it doesn't have peeling over time. It doesn't have any fluff balls or limbals over time, which it means that it's a great quality fabric, not like the one that Uniqlo is using or many other brands are using, that it has limbals, fluff balls, you know, this kind of annoying peeling balls that is going to happen over time, is going to create over time. And this case is great. It's so thin that it has just, you know, like in small fibers that are sticking up, but it's okay for this kind of merino wool fabric. The fit is perfect, it's almost perfect, and especially for my body shape, I don't think it's necessary to spend more on a wool t-shirt that is made to your measures. Because, for example, the one that I'm wearing right now is made of merino wool as well, and it's not made to measure, because the fabric of merino wool is really stretchable, it's going to hold its shape over time. It's a great fabric, and in this case, if you're not like a really tall or short guy, or if you cannot find a ready-to-wear fit that is going to work with your body, then it makes sense to have a made-to-measure t-shirt. With all that being said, I think the future of fashion is made-to-measure. Clothes that are made for ourselves. And I think Son of a Tailor is specialized, especially for the cotton t-shirts and merino wool, probably polos. I haven't tried them, but I think it's the best future, the ideal future for fashion, where we can only order, we can only make things that are made for ourselves, without overproduction, without, you know, all this wasting that is happening in most of the clothing companies, most of the fashion brands. They are only after the next trend, making a lot of rubbish, you know, a lot of things made of polyester. That's why I think Son of a Tailor is doing a great job. And if you haven't tried them, and if you're looking for something special made for you, then I recommend to try them, especially merino and Supima cotton. Let me know what do you think in the comments below, and if you have experience with Son of a Tailor as well, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.